So, you're moving to Spain, and if you are, you've definitely heard one specific acronym echoing in your ears over and over, the NIE. Now, we all know Spanish bureaucracy has a bit of a reputation, right? But hey, that is exactly why we're here today. We are completely skipping the heavy, confusing legal theory and just giving you a strictly practical, step-by-step explainer to get this absolutely crucial document right into your hands. Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap for today. 1. What is the NIE? 2. The document checklist. 3. 3 application routes. 4. The step-by-step application process. 5. Community tips and realities. And finally, 6. The official disclaimer. All right, Section 1. What is the NIE? So, NIE literally stands for Número de Identidad de Extranjero, which translates to Foreigner Identity Number. Now, according to Article 205 of the Official Royal Decree 1155/2024, this is a personal, unique, and exclusive number. Basically, it acts as your official identifier before the Spanish administration. But why do you actually need it? Well, you're going to need this number for pretty much any legal or economic action in Spain. I mean, if you want to sign an employment contract, open a bank account, buy a car, rent an apartment, or pay your taxes, you absolutely need an NIE. Now, if you're applying for full residency, it's actually assigned to you automatically. But if you just have economic, professional, or social interests in Spain and you aren't doing a full residency procedure yet, you have to go ahead and request it yourself. Now, crucially, we really need to talk about what the NIE is not. It is just a number. It's not a residence permit, it's not a work permit, and it's definitely not the TIE, which is the physical biometric card. So having an NIE doesn't automatically legalize your immigration status in Spain. Residence and work authorizations are entirely separate procedures. The NIE is simply the administrative number the government uses to track your file and your economic activities. That's it. Moving on to Section 2, the document checklist. Okay, here is your exact document checklist, and I've intentionally kept the official Spanish names alongside a short English gloss, just so you recognize the exact terms when you're staring at those government forms. First up, you need the Formulario EX15. That's your application form. Second, the Tasa Modelo 790 Código 012, which is the payment fee form. Third, your pasaporte, so your identity document or passport. And finally, you're going to need proof of the reasons for your application. So if you're applying because of economic, professional, or social interests, you actually need a document proving why you need a number in the first place. This could be like a letter from an employer, maybe a real estate agent, or a bank. And real quick, before we move off the paperwork, here is an absolute golden rule based on actual community experience. Bring double copies of every single document on that checklist. Seriously. When you get to the window at the government office, the administration will keep one set for their files, and then they will stamp the second set and hand it back to you as your official proof of submission. Always have a backup. Section 3. 3 application routes. So according to the Royal Decree, you actually have 3 distinct routes to apply, which is great because you have options. Route 1, you can apply in person in Spain at the Oficinas de Extranjería or Comisarías de Policía. Route 2, you can apply through a representative with power of attorney, which is known as an empadronamiento. This means a lawyer or a gestor can literally handle this whole shebang for you without you even needing to be there. And Route 3, you can apply from abroad at the Oficinas Consulars de España, meaning the Spanish consular offices in your home country. So if you haven't moved yet, you can literally get this sorted before you even pack your bags. How great is that? All right, let's jump to Section 4, the step-by-step application process. Here is your straightforward 4-step action plan. Step 1, fill out that Formulario EX15 and pay the Tasa 790-012 fee. Step 2, choose one of the 3 routes we literally just talked about. Now, if you are applying in person in Spain, this is exactly when you'll need to book a Cita previa, which is a prior appointment. Step 3, at your appointment, simply submit the EX15, your passport, and your proof of reasons. And Step 4, receive your assigned NIE. It's actually a very logical flow. Honestly, the hardest part is usually just securing that initial appointment. Now, once your application is formally submitted, the clock officially starts ticking. By law, the procedure must be resolved within a maximum of 5 days. Though, keep in mind, in Spanish administrative law, if they don't reply within this time frame, the silence is technically understood as a rejection. But practically speaking, don't worry too much. The turnaround is specifically designed to be quite fast. Section 5, Community Tips and Realities. Okay, remember that Cita previa, the prior appointment we just mentioned? Yeah, finding an available slot online can be incredibly frustrating. It's a known thing. But a major tip from the community is that new slots tend to be released right at the start of the week, specifically on Monday mornings. If you check the website and see a notice saying, "In this moment there are no appointments available, the office will soon add new ones," do not panic. It definitely doesn't mean the office is closed or that you're doing something wrong. It literally just means you need to keep refreshing and retrying, ideally bright and early on a Monday morning. Now, this next point clears up a massive source of confusion for newcomers. People so often think they're stuck in this weird catch-22, believing they need an NIE to register at the town hall, but they need to be registered to get residency. Well, as the community highlights, you can actually get your volante de empadronamiento, that's your proof of registration, without an NIE. To register at your local town hall, all you really need is your passport and your proof of address, like a rental contract. So you can completely check your empadronamiento off your to-do list before you even step foot in your NIE appointment. Let's talk about that fee form for a second, the TSES 790-012. You do not pay this at the police station. You actually have to pay it before your appointment. Basically, you take the form with the barcode to a collaborating Spanish bank, and the fantastic practical tip here is that you don't even need to be a client of that specific bank to pay the fee at their counter or ATM. You just walk right in, pay the small administrative fee, get your paper stamped, and then take that stamped paper with you to your actual NIE appointment. Let's actually look at how this plays out in a specific local example. In Valencia, for instance, the process is handled by the National Police, and the usual location for this is the Comisaria at Calle Bailín, number 9. And honestly, the best part? While the law says a maximum of 5 days, many people in the community report that if you go to this Valencia office with all your correct double copies and your paid fees, the NIE number is often handed to you on a piece of white paper that exact same day, like almost immediately. So it just goes to show, when you are prepared, the system can actually be incredibly efficient. And finally, Section 6, Official Disclaimer. Just to wrap things up properly, please remember that this explainer provides informational guidance only and does not constitute formal legal advice. Spanish bureaucracy can definitely change, and different offices sometimes have local variations. Always verify with official sources, like the Ministry of Inclusion Forms portal, and consult a professional gestor or lawyer for your unique case. But hey, with this structured knowledge, you are absolutely miles ahead of the curve. You've got the checklist, the routes, and the insider community secrets. The NIE is really just your first step. So, with the paperwork officially out of the way, what part of your Spanish dream are you going to conquer next? Thanks so much for joining me on The Explainer, and happy organizing.
That was a quick overview. On our website you'll find step-by-step guides to many procedures: the padrón, the health card, the NIE, the TIE, legalization, and more. The link is in the description. And if you get stuck, message our Telegram bot. We'll walk you through for free, step by step.